Can we speak on Miss Carisha, please? Young Miami. She does interview with Charlemagne. Of course, she speaks on a lot. You know,
Y'all the
speaks on.
fraud. I'm calling him Shar Kelly now.
Damn. They sit down and she actually speaks on Diddy, and she actually admits
Yeah,
to saying
yeah.
that.
She cared for him and then he a good friend. And she don't know how to let her good friend down. And she owned up to everything for the most part, even being an idiot. The only thing she wouldn't take head on was the urine thing. Which don't nobody believe. Everybody know he pissed in your mouth just like he pissed in everybody else's mouth. You ain't
Right.
special.
I don't know what golden showers is.
And that, yeah. You don't know what golden showers is. That's like saying you don't know what NyQuil is. We know you gave that shit to your kids so you could go shake gas for money allegedly, but we ain't gonna get into it. You stop lying. Stop lying. Tell the truth. People will respect you more. What you think? You can put a pig in Chanel. It's still a pig. See, when I listened to the interview, you probably shouldn't have told me to listen to that interview. She's probably going to be upset that you asked me to listen to that interview because then I got to go through the comments and then I got to hear what she had to say about her own life. Please, somebody take her children away from her. Take those kids away from her. Let's not wait for you to go to jail like your mama did so that y'all can act so the kids can have a good upbringing. Somebody need to get that away from them kids. Little Rod was right about her. She don't give no about them kids. Like he said, he didn't even know she had kids. She had her head stuck so far up and her finger so far down in his pocket, trying to put it on his credit card. She didn't even have children. Everybody was at the family affairs and she left her kids somewhere else. Probably because you didn't want your children to see you get pissed on.
She said she
But the
wanted.
simple, huh?
She said she wanted Diddy's baby. She wanted his child.
Yeah, I bet she do. She looking at that other little Asian girl, the trans girl. And as long as she ain't got no baby, she's forced to go back and forth with what's her name? The goofy one, the Gina Hunt. Gina was just funning the shit out of her. No wonder she wanted to do this interview. Gina called all kinds of weirdo. And I can understand why. Because if you won't claim it, then claim it all. You wanted it all. You wanted it all. You wanted to be the one. You was with Diddy. Everything was great. You was sunning on everybody. You had that half a heap Saucy Santana with you, sitting there acting a fool and acting a mockery. Let that little weirdo talk shit about JT and all kinds of stuff, but you love JT. Bitch, get the out of here. I give it to your PR team. They're doing a good job teaching you how to lie better, but unfortunately, we still know you're lying. Of course, you got pissed on. Of course, you got hit. Of course, allegedly. All of those things happen to you that happen to every other girl because you're not that special. You're just not.
Yeah, Pink Tusi was involved. Let's not get that
Yeah.
twisted.
And her sitting there talking about, yeah, like I said, don't feel a thing. I can understand why it's easy for you to lie. You ain't feel it. You was just able to go shopping the next day, and that's what mattered to you. Because when she said that she came up in Opalaka, then I understood. I understood everything. See, all I needed to hear was where she was from. She said Opalaka.
That let you know.
She might as well be from Natchitoches. Poor dirt, swamp trash, proper. When she sat there and talked about how her mother was so popular because she was a whore, well, a loose woman, and a booster. She was proud that her mother was a thief. See, her mama went to jail and she had to sit around and take care of her mother's litter.
Yeah, yeah. Therefore,
Girls
now
that come from places like that, in dark little towns like that, sleepy towns, where people don't ever expect anybody to make it out of.
the sun down.
There's a certain kind of desperation that it brews in a like her that can barely speak English at 35. or 33, something like that.
To want a man that is
She's speaking on an eighth grade reading level and raising children. And she's supposed to be a rapper.
she wants a man.
She's asking her adolescent child to critique her adult explicit content album to see
Boy,
which songs kids will like. She said that.
boy.
Somebody please go get them kids before they grow up hating women and end up choking them out in rest stops all along I-20 thinking about this bitch.
She said her man needs to make at least 100 million.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She don't know because she wants to be taken care of and because she wants to feel special and whoopty whoopty whoop. I just don't know what man that's worth $100 million will want her after she been ran through by Diddy and she's still bragging about it on records because it sounds good that you had a billionaire. You like you're pathetic. Like this interview, and it's sad because people, oh, this is such a great interview. This is such a great interview. Yeah, for a whore. For a whore that made it out of dirt, it's a great interview. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, I used to think clowning her was appropriate, but it's not. We should all pity her. Because considering how loyal she is to the diddler, she probably took more abuse than everybody else and did it with a smile just so she ain't gotta go back. People telling her how successful she was on her podcast when everybody knows that Diddy bought her stats because she was a good little Ghislaine, allegedly.
Yeah.
Because she ain't have a problem. Yeah, of course you weren't worried about testifying. You had the conversations with the feds. They found out what you knew and realized testimony from you could it up and make it almost impossible for him to be able to allegedly get off of the bigger charges. You caught a pass because things were working in the devil's behalf. You just didn't expect him to have to go to jail. You didn't think that the conscience of even normal working folk would still vote for him to catch the Mann Act. And now there are state charges coming, and you got to think about all of those guns and all of them drugs. And then you got the Jonathan Haidt case, and they're moving forward. And apparently, he has enough evidence for the district attorney to feel confident to continue to investigate. If he don't make it out, you're being loyal to poverty. Because what I can promise you is this. If he goes effectively broke, and for him, broke would be 100 million with all of and everything and all of the people that's drawing off of his and all six, seven of his kids, ain't gonna be no money for you. See, that's what you get for listening to that little swamp trash trainee that was talking about me, talking about fuck you, Jaguar. That's right, Carisha. Keep your mouth shut, Bookie, because daddy's coming home. How you feeling now, Tranny? You weird swamp thing. Keep my name out your mouth, talking about fuck you, Jaguar. That's right, Carisha. Did a whole short about it. Tried to go mini viral, talking about fuck me. Fuck your friend. Maybe you'll like yourself again. Y'all gave that girl bad advice.
I mean, uh,
But see, it's the desperation. It's the desperation. I was talking about that with Wolf earlier when we were just talking about the dissension of the female in hip hop and how she was sitting there talking about how all of the female rappers are talking about the same thing and all they talking about is sucking and fucking and being whores and eating and money and all of this. They all say she said it herself. Carisha said it herself. They all talking about the same thing. And
it's,
it got me to thinking, up until Little Kim, the sexiest females in hip hop at the time saw Pepper, and they were respectable. But then Little Kim came along, and see, You got to see the divide. You had the women with talent, and then you had the women that were desperate to do anything to change their circumstances. Because, no disrespect, Kim came from a very tumultuous background. She was in them streets, and she needed that black career and the brand sponsorship deals and all that it promised. She needed it. Just like Mary J. Blige needed it. All of these just, just desperation.
Yeah, Young Miami said on
They got
record.
nobody to turn to and nobody to go back to. So they need a man with $100 million so that they can feel safe enough with dying with some dignity so they don't got to go back to the trash.
Young Miami stated, if he a broke, I'ma him till he ain't one. I'm like, damn,
Huh? How did it make sense? If you
damn,
fucking him that long, how the nigga supposed to work to get anything done? He ain't got no job. If he fucking you all day,
preach.
what the fuck does that mean? If he a broke nigga, I'm gonna fuck him until he ain't broke. What do you mean? What your is it doubles as an ATM? Well then why did Diddy have to sell his plane? If you can produce that kind of wealth, then that G5 should still be flying around for the Combs family. They shouldn't have had to sold it, right? You're so loyal. Be good for something.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go.